Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, I'm going to be playing with some of the goodies that I picked up during the most recent Sephora VIB sale, their spring sale, which is going on right now. And one of the items that I'm going to be playing with in this video is the Supreme Nudes palette from Artist Couture. This is a gorgeous palette. I love the packaging on this palette. It's very sleek. It's going to be travel friendly. Love the packaging. And the shadows in this palette are gorgeous. This is a lovely palette. I used this palette to create this gorgeous look today. I love how this look turned out. I love the color story in this Nudes palette. It's wonderful, it's luscious, it's all those magical types of things. So yeah, this is the palette that I'm going to be playing with today. And I'm also, as I said, going to be trying out some other things. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, then keep watching. Today I'm going to be doing a few things differently in terms of prepping my skin for my makeup application. My face has been cleansed and I used my fresh Rose Deep Hydration Toner to tone my face. The next item I'm going to use to prep my face is from SK2, and this is their Facial Treatment Essence. I picked this up during the most recent Sephora VIB sale. This product has a lot of skincare benefits, so if you want to know a little bit more about that, be sure to jump over and check out my Sephora VIB haul video. I've got lots of details about this product there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in the palm of my hand, place this all over my face. And now that I have it on my face, I'm just going to pat this in place until it just kind of settles in and dries down. I'm going to use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I love the way this moisturizer smells. So my essence and my moisturizer has settled in really nicely, so I'm going to use the No Problem Primer from Touch in Sol. I'm going to get these eyebrows done, I'm going to prep my eyelids, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go into the Supreme Nudes palette from Artist Couture, and I am going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Exposed, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And now I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Transcend, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. And now I'm going to use this shade right here, and this shade is called Aesthetic, and I'm going to use this shade towards my outer V and sweeping it into the crease. I'm going back to this shade right here. Once again, this is Transcend. This is the shade that I use as my transition shade. And I'm going to go back to this shade using my same brush. And I'm just going to make sure that these two shades are married together nicely on my lid. I don't want to lose this shade. So I'm just softly just blending out that hard edge just a little bit with this shade. And I'm going to deepen my outer V up just a little bit more, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to apply this to the outer V of this eye. So I'm not necessarily taking it too high up into the crease, but just mainly focusing it right there on that outer V. I've done my little half cut crease situation like I normally do, and I am going to soften up these edges, and I'm going to go back into this shade right here. This shade is Mink, and I am going to just soften up these edges where I have carved out this lid just a little bit. And I used the P. Louise eyeshadow base to carve out my lid. And now I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is called Supreme, and I'm going to use this on the areas where I have carved out my lid. So I'll just start from the inner corner and work this out until it meets the Mink shade, which is the darker shade right here on my eyelid. So I'll just start from the inner corner, take it out to there, and then we'll blend the two together. And I am using this shade Dry. That looks really pretty. I think I want to see how this shade would look if I were to apply it wet. So I'm going to take a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to spritz my brush, and let's see how this shade performs when it's wet. Does it make a difference? A little bit, but that's still a beautiful shade. Let's do the same to the other eye. Spritz the brush, and we're going to apply this to my eyelid. I'm going to take this MAC 242, and I am going to gently blend these two shades together. I don't think I'm going to add another shade in between. I just need for this to be a gradient type of blend. I don't know if I want to add a little bit more Mink to this. I want to make sure I don't lose this outer color. Yeah, let's add a little bit more, just a little bit more, just to make sure that it stays nice and dark in this outer V. And I think I want to add a little bit of this shade right here. This shade is called Lavish. And I want to use this in this inner corner here just to brighten this up just a little bit more. I'm still using my MAC 242. I just cleaned it off on a clean towel and just going in with this shade just to give this lid just a little bit more dimension. This MAC 242, oh my gosh, you guys have heard me talk about this brush before. This brush is something because you can use it vertically, horizontally, you can use it any way that you need to, and it gets the job done. I need to add a couple more of these into my collection. And now I'm going to go back to this shade right here. This shade is called Aesthetic, and I am going to use this with my Sigma E36, and I am going to add a little bit more definition into my eyelid where I've had to manipulate my natural crease line. You guys know how I do this, so yep, it is time for that step. So I'm going to go right into Aesthetic right here, and I'm going to just gently deepen up the area where I have manipulated my natural crease line. I'm going to add some liner and lashes. My liner and my lashes are done, and now it's time for my complexion. And I'm going to use the foundation from Huda Beauty. I am in the shade Gingerbread. This is a full coverage foundation. So I have already did some color correcting around my mouth using my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and as usual I use my Touch of Pearl under my eye. I'm going to use two of the Huda Beauty concealers. One is in Caramel Corn and the other is in Hazelnut. So I'll use the Caramel Corn to highlight and conceal and the Hazelnut for my cream contour. And I'm going to use a sponge to blend in this cream contour. And I think I want to clean up this contour in this cheek area just a little bit. So I'm just going to use my little foam wedge, and I'm going to use some of my RCMA no color powder, and I'm just going to clean this up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy sponge and just kind of soften that out just a little bit. The Huda Beauty foundation and the concealers are both full coverage products. So if you are using those and you need to clean them up, or not only just those products, but with any products, you gotta have a handy dandy sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face, and I'm gonna use my RCMA no color powder once again. I've been liking this powder, so continue on with it. Oh my gosh, and I just realized again, I forgot to set my under eye area. But you know what? I've done that a couple of times here lately, and that could be because the condition of my under eye may be getting a little bit better. But I've been using some products. I've added them to my skincare routine or my skincare regimen every day, every night. Like I said, I'm going to share those products with you guys here really soon, and I think I'm starting to see some payoff. But yeah, so I'll just go ahead and set that under eye right now since I am here, and I'm going to use the same RCMA no color powder to do this. So just adding a little bit of extra love in terms of setting in this under eye area. And now it is time for blush, and I'm going to be using the Spice Market blush palette from Sephora, and I'm using this shade right here. And I'm using the Rose Gold highlighter from Becca. And now it's time to smoke out my waterline, and I'm going back to the Supreme Nudes palette from Artist Couture, and I'm going to use these two colors right here to smoke out my waterline. I'm going to use Mink on the outer V, and I'll use Aesthetic as I'm coming closer into the inner part of my eye. And I think for my inner corner, I'm going to go back into this shade right here. This shade is called Lavish, and I'm going to add this just a little bit more deeply into this inner corner and bring it down just a little bit. It's a beautiful color. And now it's time for lips. I'm going to use this lip pencil. This is from Mented Cosmetics. It's in the shade Bear. I'm also going to use a lipstick from Mented Cosmetics as well. And this shade is called Brown Bear. Beautiful, beautiful shade. I'm lining and filling in my lips. And this look is done. The Supreme Nudes eyeshadow palette from Artist Couture is beautiful. There are 12 wonderful shades in this palette. The formula of the shadows in this palette, I would say, are hard pressed. What I mean by that is it's not a soft type of texture or formula of eyeshadow. It's hard pressed in the pan, and that can be a good thing because that gives you the opportunity to really get your brush into these eyeshadows, get the color on the brush, and then easily apply them to your lid. This palette is easy to work with. The only way you're going to go overboard with this palette is if you intend to go overboard with this palette. It's gorgeous. I love it. I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.